My name is Giselle Kolenik, and I'm a lead statistician at the University of Michigan's Center for Statistical Consultation and Research. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be covering text search queries in NVivo. To start, I'm going to navigate to my NVivo project. The project that I'm looking at currently is the example project that comes with your NVivo install, titled Environmental Change in Down East. As you can see from this project, a number of sources have already been coded with quite a few references. To create a text search query, the first thing we want to do is click on the Queries tab in Navigation View and be sure that we're in the Queries folder. In List View, I'll right-click and select New Query and then select Text Search. I want to go ahead and add this text search query to my NVivo project by clicking the Add to Project button, and I'll give this query a name. I'll call it Text Search Query 1. Under Text Search Criteria, the first thing I want to do is specify what text I'm actually looking for. Am I looking for a particular word or a particular phrase? Here, I'm going to start by looking for the word river. So maybe my research question concerns the natural environment in the Down East neighborhood, and in particular, I want to know more about the river that runs through the area. Note that under Special, we can add different wildcard characters. So if I was interested in looking for river or rivers, I may want to add a wildcard character at the end of the word river. If I wanted any one wildcard character, I'd put in a question mark. If I wanted any number of characters, I'd put in an asterisk. I can also look for words or phrases in conjunction with each other using Boolean logic, ands, ors, nots. Here, this is going to be a simple text search query. I'm looking for the word river. When doing a text search query in NVivo, we have a sliding scale in how to find our matches. By default, NVivo is listed at the exact line for the sliding scale. This would result in only the exact word river resulting in the query. If I wanted to include synonyms or stemmed words or similar words, I can adjust this sliding bar. If I want to include stemmed words, that's the next tick mark over. Synonyms is the next after that. Specialized words associated with river would be next, and then generalized words that are similar to river would be after that. If I wanted to include stemmed words, I'll pick the second tick mark and leave it there. By default, I'm going to look in all text documents, in all of my sources, created or modified by any user. If I wanted to restrict my sources, I could always select items and look maybe within my interviews or maybe news articles. But for this query, I actually want to look in all of my sources. Next, what I need to do is decide what I'd like to do with my query results. This is under the Query Options tab. The default in NVivo is to only allow a preview. I'd like to create my results as a new node. The default location is in the results folder over here, and the default name is the same as the query name that I've identified in my General tab. Here, spread coding is set to none. So what the results of this query would look like for the word river is only the word river would be coded at this new node called Text Search Query 1. If I'd like to spread my coding, I could do so by picking one of these options. Let's go ahead and pick Broad Context to demonstrate. Also, I want to keep these two options of opening the results and create results if empty. So if river was not mentioned at all, I still want NVivo to open up the results and show me that there are no results. To save this query to my NVivo project, I'll go ahead and click OK. And then to run my query, I can right-click and select Run Query. NVivo takes a moment. And now I see anything that was coded at this new node based on my query. I was looking for the word river, and I asked NVivo to spread the coding with broad context. Broad context is approximately a paragraph, and so I can see for this first reference, the North River was brought up, and so all of this text was then coded as a result of my text search query for the word river. I can read through and see the rest of my results. If I decide that this is maybe too much text and I want to rerun this query, I can right-click on the query and select Query Properties. Under Query Options, I could select Narrow Context, select OK, and then rerun. And we see how the results change. Only the words that are dark have been coded at this new node of text search query 1. This concludes our tutorial on text search queries using NVivo.